of the depth of God's love for those that are opposed to him. In that when Jesus came to earth, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus had every opportunity to stay in glory and stay with his Father, yet he chose to suffer and die on the cross so we could have an opportunity to receive the grace and forgiveness of God. The scriptures say that the law came by Moses, but grace and truth has now came by Jesus Christ, my Lord. So we today have the privilege of sitting at the Lord's table and dining on his grace. Jesus said that the bread that comes down from heaven is himself. He's the bread that comes down from heaven. And that he gives his life to the world, which is his flesh. See, if you eat of this, you drink in this truth, you receive the truth that Jesus gave his body for you and that Jesus died for you. You are receiving the nourishment of the soul. Many times we're nourishing our soul with TV and things that are no good for us. But the truth of the gospel is the true nourishment of the soul. What is your soul eating on today? What's your body feeding on today? And I want you to be nourished. And Christ Jesus is the nourishment for any life, any broken relationship, dead problems going on within our life, within our circumstances. Some couples, they wake up, they argue, they go to sleep, they ain't finished the argument yet because they live in this place of constant tension and suffering all the time. That's why people like to go out to the Eiffel Tower and they like to go out to the clubs because they want to leave the environment that's so abusive and hostile and broken with yelling and people drunk and people calling each other names. This is not God's intention for the family. But see, when we don't want to live in reality with God, we live in opposition to him. And it causes more problems for our life. It's not God's will. God does not will for you to live a drunken life. God does not will for you to live in addiction to drugs and alcohol and sex and all these things. God's will for you is to have peace. That's why he sent Jesus. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. He's the Prince of Peace, and he wants to give freely his peace. He even says it in the Word. He says, my peace I give to you. That you might have trouble in this world, but be of good cheer. Jesus has overcome the world. And if you want to overcome the things in this life, I recommend wholeheartedly that you believe in Jesus. That you believe